Okay, so this is part three. The eye. Both micron pens ran out. So I'm gonna show you what the eyes look like. Boom. I'm not happy with it, but I'm okay with it. Like it looks like she's got one eyebrow raised. Uh that's I guess it could be worse. I mean it it's okay for me. I'm like I said, the micron pens come up do me wonders on the. Alright, but now I'm going to show you the basin that I do. So, let's see if there's another one I'd like to use. I kind of like that one. Okay, so one thing I did is I went to Hobby Lobby and I got these little containers, and they have a bunch of little. They have the different army painter stuff and stuff I got for basin. So like, I'm gonna be using this one, Battlefield Steppe Grass, and that one. So I'm gonna try not to make a huge mess. So what I like to do, and we're using the Mod Podge, I use that. It dries clear. I also use one of these silicone brushes, easy to clean, fun. And then I use tweezers too to pick up grass tufts and stuff. But I don't have a static applicator, but I'm just going to put it where I want that dark. I'm going to put it where I want the dark one. And you can splash around however much you want. You know, spread it. Be generous. I mean, it will stick to it. And yeah, not like you have to rush to get it on there. You have time. It's not like it's gonna dry in 2 minutes. But she's pretty much done. Except for I still gotta add the weathering powder, which I will. And I'll show you guys that too. So okay, let's open this. This can get a little messy. So sometimes I like to lay down a cloth to catch all this, or I'll just kind of do this right over here. So what I've been doing, since I don't have a static applicator, is I'll kind of just go through and dab it on the paint, or the not the paint, but the glue to make that little patch of grass. Add. I always clean it up from the edge because I'm going to paint that edge black or whatever color you want to paint. But it kind of works because forest, it's kind of natural. Grass isn't always sticking up everywhere you go, especially in forest. You just tap the excess off. Now, there will be uh, quite a bit, like a mess. And if you do have a mess, that's okay. I mean, it's part of the hobby. Again, make sure you just tap it, kind of like that. How I'm doing. Clean up the edge. Sometimes, actually, I'll probably take it off here, and I'll probably just work with it this way. That way I can kind of spin it. The base ain't painted, so I'm not worried about damaging it. So now we kind of have like a good thing. So I'm going to switch over to the other one I got. Now this one's more like little rocks and stuff, as you can see. Little tufts. So again, you're going to use your glue. Now I do have this stuff. This is Mod Podge and watered down. You should just take the top off. I'll get one of these. You can get these anywhere. You can use a little siphon thing, but also it also helps. Like I'll just put it there and there, and this is just liquid glue, and so we'll go ahead, kind of give it a little nice thing. Like I'm going to do right there. I'll grab some of this. And hopefully it sticks. That's also why I use both. Because the liquid is more of for like the rocks and stuff. Like it'll stick the rocks to the thing. And I'm getting a whole bunch of tufts. So like it will help it stick. Then just do your best to try to get it. You gotta tap it with a finger, tap it with a finger. Yeah. And then I'll show you one other thing I do use. Oh, these are nice for grass. Your local game store. You can probably find some stuff at Hobby Lobby, but they're mossy tufts. They have a sticky back, and there's another one. This is, I believe, Armor Painter. So they have a sticky back on them, but they're also not 100%. So what I'm doing here now is I'm just dropping liquid on top of it so it hardens it. It'll keep it in place, but it also, when it dries, it'll be fully. And you just add a couple drops. Now, I've been thinking about using my heat gun just to speed up the drying process on this, but I don't know if I'm going to. Because using the heat gun on high heat could damage it. I do want to kind of leave, like, so you can see, like, maybe like a sandy trail. So maybe I'll throw some tufts in here. And I mean, this is just your preference of how much you want to put on it. Again, you do what you do. And if you want to put a little bit on, so honestly, to me, that makes the base look 10 times better with her on it. Makes it look jungle. It doesn't have to be 100%. Now, right in the middle, I don't like how it's all dry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little and just, and the tufts are going to get in the glue. Yeah. Ooh, I almost knocked that over. See? I don't worry about it. Mod Podge is cheap. You can buy a lot. I think we'll do that. Yeah, that's a nice amount. So then I'll take that pipe bit that I had, fill it up, and just kind of go over the top of it to get it to soak. Yeah, you're just soaking the surface. And what it's doing is when that dries, it will all be in place. Oh, jeez. So, wipe your edge. Make sure there's no grass on it. You are okay with it, which looks like it knocked some stuff off. But honestly, that looks pretty good. So let me get this covered, and I'll go to the weathering powder. I get this cleaned up. Now with the pipette, I just kind of rinse it with water that I have sitting right next to me for doing my brushes. Get the, do not knock over your stuff. It'd be a nightmare. I mean, I have done it once and it was not fun. But cleans up easy with a pick towel. Soak gum. Soak gum brushes. You can buy them at your hobby store. Your game store might even carry them. I think Army Painter has some. No. But definitely worth the investment. And they're not expensive. They're a couple bucks. Let's get this on so that doesn't fall over. Let's get that out of the way. Okay, let's get that out of the way. Weathering powders. Kind of my favorite thing to do. And if it sounds loud, it kind of is. Okay. So, there's the rust, there's the sand. There's the sand I like using. Now these you can buy at your hobby store too. Yeah. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna hit a little bit on this, and I'll hit her boots a little, her pants. Kind of gives it a little highlight. But don't be afraid to get creative. I'll put a little bit more sand on the outside, going with like a yellow sand color. But this is indoor, so it's mud, sand, dirt. Yeah. But that's and there's her gun. That thing is gonna break on me. Keep bending it. Okay, so let's get that gun. So I like to do the soot. Well, we kind of already have the soot, but I like to do the soot kind of like on our clothes. We'll do it on the pants. Ooh, ooh, just a little bit, not a whole lot. What? Oh, that's just a piece of rock. Yep, I'm still part of that. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll do the soot on our helmet. And again, it's just personal preference of like, yeah. But you could either do mud. I wish they kind of had a little more of these powders, and they do. They carry them. They're different brands. AK has a bunch of weather and grimes. With the mud, you can kind of see. So I'm just kind of dirtying up the cloak. Yeah, just dirtying that up. And then what I'll do is, for the gun, since we already have gray on the gun, I can get this out. Ooh, stick my finger in that. Now the white is very strong, so okay. And then I just want to touch up the gun a little bit. And what I'll do is I'll take the black, the soot, I'll go over it again. Kind of give you a grayish look. Now something quick, nice. It's kind of nice looking. You don't have to do much, but the white kind of gives it that grayish look that if you didn't want to paint it, you can just kind of just highlighting it. So there we have it. So we'll paint the final, we'll paint the base. Then I'm calling her done. And that's, that was 50, 60, an hour and 10 minutes. I mean, it could have been longer, an hour and 15 altogether. I mean, I'm trying to do what I can to make these look really good in my eyes. I want to push them more. Sometimes my mind just doesn't. Now, you just gotta be careful about doing the edge right here. I'm happy with the way they turn out. My skills have definitely improved from the first little goblin I ever painted. I mean, it shows on my Instagram. If you go all the way to my last picture, or maybe a couple last pictures, there's a couple goblins from WizKids with the Wizards of the Coast, the little packs you could buy, and boy, they look bad. I've come a long way in painting, and I'm gonna just continue to keep improving. And I don't. I love the way people make models take 3 hours and they look gorgeous. I don't know if I can do. Like, I know it's not all in one sitting, but it's just that's a lot to do for just one model. I've got hundreds of models, so I'm okay with the way this looks. This is my standard of this is good. My friends see it as good. My wife sees them as good. And that's honestly, that's all that matters. You can do speed paints and you can do them. And I'm trying to get that with Hero Quest. I do have those and I would like to paint those, but it's a little more involved. I have to. There's that gun again. Gun is gonna break on me. I know that. But there we have it. We have the Freedom Fighter Leia. Knock that little crap off. Yeah. I don't have my metallic thing here, but there she is. Yeah. Again, you could laugh at my eyes because not the best, but trust me, if you've never painted a mini before and you're going to do eyes for the first time, you're gonna hate them. Well, the only time in practice it works out good. Now, I mean, I've used uh the other thing I've heard with like tournaments and stuff, you have to have 3 different colors on your minis. Uh, in my defense, I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 colors, 10 colors I used to paint her and do her up. Yeah. So that's another one down. So now I got you know 4 done. So you get the trappers. Now you just gotta spray them all. Yeah, and that's clear coat. Let me get the Mod Podge out of the way. But yeah, I mean, this is the speed paint. This was Magneto's terrain piece that he puts out. I've been doing speed paint on them because I started with it and I was like, it doesn't look bad. I don't like that, but I might just be okay with it. Once I put some heavy weathering powder on, it might look pretty good. Um, but so far, that's like the enchanted steel. That's like the green, shamrock green speed paint, the yellow, and then I did the lights. Doesn't look bad. Now that's speed paint for you, but it does look really nice on terrain when you get it all done. So it's like right now it looks kind of iffy, like it kind of looks disgusting, like not disgusting to me, but to me it kind of looks not the best. But you know, I also read and watched some videos that there's a 50% rule that when you're halfway done with it, you're gonna look at it, it's gonna look like crap. So I did that. Future videos once I'm done with Gen Con stuff. If I have her here, I will show you. I will be painting Fallout Wasteland Warfare minis. I did her a while back, not on camera or anything, but I will be doing Fallout Wasteland Warfare. Uh, I will be doing the Bushido models eventually. Here's a Bushido. Now, this one turned out good. I love the way this turned out. Uh, I will show you the Taskmaster. That I was doing him on a couple videos, but then I decided to trash the videos because they just didn't come out good. Shield could use some work. I gotta go back and I'm not gonna strip him. I'm gonna keep him as he is, but I think I'm just gonna powder it and weather it real good. White is one of those colors I think I need to airbrush regardless of what I do. Then the next Zombicide minis, when I get to them, will be, I believe, the Scarlet Witch, the dead version. And then we got, Black Bolt, the good version. Did start working on Scarlet Witch. I didn't, so I was trying to get her painted for a game I was playing, but I didn't get there in time. Started with speed paints, but then her base is flimsy. So I went in with some water effect, and then now I got to re-prime and paint. But I wanted to add it more electrifying, hitting the ground. So and it also stabilized. I used paper clips. You just gotta bend them, and then I pin them in here, and she held pretty good. It's way more solid. That right there is loot. thin, but nothing you can really do about it. I still have the Zombicide miniatures I'm going to do. I have all the Imperial Assault minis I can start making videos for. There's plenty of content I have, but I think a lot of the videos next you will see Shatterpoint. You know, here's my Chewie, which I don't think anyone's ever seen him. That was my Chewie. I left his base all dirt because you got the droid right there. But there's Chewie, and then there's some Rebel Commandos, and they came out pretty good. I did do camo on them. I like how it came out. Yeah. There's the other one. So I've got, out of my whole squad, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 guys out of need to paint. And then I'll show you the unpainted models. So here's the other hunters you'll see in the video. There's the Javelin guys, Ewoks. There's Logray. This is the Rebel Pathfinders. There's C-3PO and R2-D2. Ooh, so they look like they're going to be fun to paint. So I've got to figure out how I want to do R2 with his white. I do have a good frosted edge white. It's an off-white. And then you got Cassian. And he looks pretty good. And then here's Wicket. I mean, shouldn't take me long to get them painted. Yeah. But these are all you will see in the videos of to come. And then you'll see more videos eventually. But once I get through Gen Con, I will probably back off on Shatterpoint and then decide what I'm going to do from there. I have Walking Dead, which there's a lot of videos. They will definitely be on the videos of Zombicide. I would actually like to start, I'm going to try to start live streaming, which would be really cool. Paint on stream. And then I got a bunch of other minis. There's the Imperial Assault minis. Jetpack Stormtrooper. These actually look pretty cool. Problem is, I gotta prime them all, do my Zonthal highlights, get those all done. There's another Bushido model I was painting off, trying to get that blue tones. And this is a metal model, so his wings got, they're all pinned, but he is a heavy model. I hate his wingspan because you knock him once and click, click, those are gonna break. I do have him pinned. The head's pinned. His wings are like purple, yellow, and red, I think. Like, I'm looking forward to doing that. The blue, I gotta do a little bit more. And he's got some black and red stripes on him too, which I'm gonna do. But he's on the back burner. Then I got there's a bunch of Manic stuff I have. Kings of War models I'd like to paint. Oh, here's a little tough I found. So it has an adhesive back on the tough. And what I like to do is, like, those aren't sticky enough to stick on the base. So what I do is I put a little bit of where I buy it from. I wonder if I can take that off. Oh yeah, okay, there we go. I'll have to cut that. I'll have to just figure something out. But it's Instaset, it's Accelerator, CA glue. It's for the super glue. It speeds up the drying process. And yeah, but that's what I do with those. So I'll put a little dab on, I'll put it on the base, and then I'll put the accelerator on it, and then you have it in place. It's not coming off, which looks a lot nicer. And it will stay in place. But until next time, keep an eye out for the next video. It'll be I'm gonna be trying to get Ewoks done and other stuff, so you'll see the Ewoks, you'll see Cassian, you'll see plenty more. Uh, just hang tight. You'll see some more videos, some cool stuff. Hopefully, you guys will like it. We'll see some other stuff being painted. I'm hoping to find some kind of game at Gen Con that maybe a new miniatures game. I still got all the worms that I haven't shown on stream. I think I may have, but I'm painting those. I've got the Conquest for your Roni. I've got the Kasune model. There's a lot of models I have. So, but like and subscribe. Until next time.